I think it's before COVID-19, that they actually merged together because they could not compete with the giants like Delta Airline or United Airlines by itself. So they had to come together so that they become number one in the market, because now they combine two large firms together. Okay, so that's a merger.
Yes.
Two companies integrate the activity based on a relatively co-equal, basics. Nobody force each other to come together. Like, we don't like the merger that we went through. Like my school, I don't like the merger at all. I don't like the integration at all. Do you know why? Because it's not equal. Like, out of the three universities, like my university is in a much better shape. I mean it, like financial shape. Like, even my school is AACSB accredited, which I know that Western Sydney trying to get AACSB, right? Am I right? This program is Western Sydney program, your degree. So Western Sydney is not even AACSB yet. My school is AACSB already accredited. Okay. But the other two schools, they don't have that accreditations. So now when we merge together, I have to bring them up to this level. It's much tougher for me. So sometimes when it's not equal like this, you see things gonna have a lot of issues. And not all the merger or acquisitions are actually smooth. Okay, I'm not sure you've been through ones before, but because guess what? You came from two different settings, two different culture, two different, ways of doing things. All of a sudden, right, you work together. People may not get along very well, particularly people from a smaller company. When they merge with the larger companies, all of the key positions tend to be from the larger company. Does that make sense? So the CEOs of the larger organizations, right, become the CEOs of the merger. So the directors, so is the manager, that kind of thing. So it caused a lot of pressure for those people from the smaller company in the merger, and a lot of times, a lot of jobs were cut because of the merger or acquisitions. Right? Because it's redundant jobs. So people now do 2-3 things. So it may not be a good sign. Okay. But yes, merger is that kinds of, we talk about the pros and cons a bit later. But mergers mean when two firms come together on a co-equal basis. Okay. Acquisitions, very easy, right? I already said before, right? Like Facebook bought our WhatsApp and things like that. So acquisition is when a firm buying the controlling probably 100% interest in the other company and take the ownership of that company. Okay. Now, within the acquisition concept, there is a sub-concept. Let me share my screen again. There's a sub-concept called takeover. And some type of call hostile takeover. Okay. Hostile, the same. Okay, do you see that? I type it there.
Yep.
Takeover, right? And then hostile. So what is a takeover? Take over. What does that mean? Tian, you laughed a lot. What is it? You understand the concept? What's a takeover?
Takeover? Takeover means in so basically for when a company acquires a different company, they're taking over. Is that what it meant?
Well, that's